Hello and welcome to another installment of Andar Plays Europa Universalis Superstates Mod. In the last episode, well, that last episode was so long ago, I'm not even sure what happened. Maybe I should skim through these videos, but before I start playing the next part, we are colonizing Jamaica, after I think we are also colonizing the Turk Islands, and we took Lackawanna at some point, and have our vassal in Rhode Island, trying to annex them as soon as we can, which I'm not sure we can. No, we have to wait until the 14th of April, 1503, which is quite some time from now, but give me some time, we'll get there. What is this one ship doing? It's a bark. It's going out to sea. These guys need to stop. Let that guy catch up. And boom. And there we go. Alright, Maryland has canceled right to military access. Ohio's canceled right to military access due to our recent invasions. Oh yeah, we vassalized New Jersey as well. That's something that happened. I do these, last time on Andar Plays, mostly for me to remember, more so than for you to remember. Although, they work and do the same thing. No, they help both of us, not just me, but both of us. So, I'll have those guys protect trade, increase my trade power. I played a whole, basically, marathon rushed a game as Utrecht into the Netherlands, and that helped me figure out a lot more of the mechanics. So I think the best thing to do when I have, something like this up here is to send trade south. What's he doing? So is transferring trade power, so he's doing what he needs to do. These guys, I'm getting 0.86 from them. And 5.7 here. Well, I don't have any extra merchants, but now I have a better understanding of how economy works in this game, is what I'm trying to say here. How we will utilize that, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We have too many diplomatic relations, but I don't care about that. The next time we can declare war on Pennsylvania is... well, I should look here. Truce with New York till the 2nd of October, 1499, in which I guess we'll take Lycoming, Philadelphia, and Erie. Or, try and get a full annexation if we can. If not, well, there are worse fates in the world. So let us figure it out. We got 8,000 manpower, 57 money. We need to build more things, I think. Temple for the gods. Yeah, sure, why not? Some extra tax income in south of Vermont. And then we'll continue, see what tragedies befall us. Last episode, it recorded and there was no video game audio, and that was weird. So, hopefully, you didn't hear me just humming for no reason. Okay. Ignore their suffering. I'm gonna have to go into debt, but I'll aid the natives. Better thank me, guys. Seriously. Our ally is still Virginia. Hopefully we can maintain that, because they are powerful. And they will help us form the Mid-Atlantic Union. They'll form whatever the South has, probably the Confederacy. Something of that sort. Another temple. Put that in Jefferson, so that all of New York knows the power of God. 25,000 men, 4,000 cavalry, 3,000... artillery. That's a lot of artillery. Keep Andrew Morton. Bureaucratic candidate. Well, I think Stephen Taylor has a pretty good head on his shoulders. Sebastian Taylor, sorry. He will help our nation grow to its fullest potential. Well, maybe. There's no real way to get them to like me more than they already do, unfortunately. How much in relations am I improving with them already? 49. That's not 200, which is the maximum you can push your relations. Hamilton. Or, you know, West Niagara. Niagara Falls is right there. It'd be cool if they showed that on the map, although Niagara Falls is actually smaller than the pictures make it out to be. Its grandiosity comes in its beauty. And, well, it's just a huge waterfall horizontally, not vertically, if you understand what I'm saying. It's got width, not height. So putting that on here might be hard as a result. But they got a river there. I know it's there, and that's what counts, right? Right. We are producing a lot of money. Do we have advisors? We do, huh? I'm not used to playing as an economic powerhouse. Sugar will now be produced in Jamaica, which means that we're getting close on them becoming a full colony. That'll be... Oh, never mind. We're not close. We just figured out that there's sugar there. That's decent. Sugar there, too. Sugar all over the place. And these will not form a, colonial region, so we got these to keep. So I guess we should probably start fortifying them, making them not susceptible to attack from Texas and California. Now, if California takes over Washington, they could form Pacifica, an interesting sounding country. But they'd also have to take Fresno back. I don't know how Fresno got. Yeah, don't know what's going on there in the St. Johns Valley. Rebellious people in Fresno, Seems to be Texan occupation of Florida. Texas is not sitting around after having half their territory taken out by the Comanche and then invaded by New Mexico. They understand the world now. They understand that you need some action. You need to get in there. Do something crazy. Like what, Andrew? Like what? How much do these cost? 51 gold. That's a bit much for level 2 walls, but... Yeah, my southern Caribbean provinces really don't need walls, because they're not a target by most people. As I've said before, no one else has really built a big enough navy to do anything. So the Turk Islands have become what I need them to be, which means that I will now start by looking at this colonial regions map mode and seeing that I will create colonial Columbia, New York, Columbia. That'll be fun. I think I have to think of a cool colonial republic name for it, though. And nothing is coming to mind. Unfortunate as that is. We don't have any leaders here. We'll put Roosevelt in charge. Alright, sorry, someone just knocked on my door and wanted to talk to me real quick. Real life stuff always getting in the way. Alright, so where were we? Talking about Roosevelt needing to move over. Oh no, Roosevelt needs to slaughter all the natives, unfortunately. I don't want to leave them there, despite the fact that they were becoming very peaceful, if my messages were to be believed. But that's sometimes the price of peace is not the price you would have expected. Philosophy with Andar. Transport, move over, Panama. And we have landed. Guess I'll just send these guys back up. Get to Jamaica. Jamaican me happy and have on a good time. Okay, Quebec has done something interesting. The nation of Quebec, your faithful allies, requesting that you come to their aid in the Quebec conquest of Kenora against Ontario. This war as they have started. Ontario has allied with North Dakota and Ohio. We will lose 25 siege if we don't help. So we will help. I wanted an alliance with Ohio, but if that's not to be, then it's just not to be. So let us get our men in position. And get new ones, if possible. Nothing fancy this time, but something indeed. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I guess that's all we can build, because we don't have enough money. Oh, that should be enough reinforcements for them, I would think. Oh, and the music just kicks in. If you can hear it. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-da-bum bum ba-da-da-bum. Wait, what? The Isthmus of Panama trade happened to us. National tax modifier. Oh, that sounds beautiful to me. So we've got Panama, which has increased our economy. Even more so because we are already economically overpowered in some aspects. So good. Maybe there's not a Panama Canal, but we get something for having control of Panama. And that's pretty fun. So Quebec, what is Quebec trying to take? Kenora. Okay, this huge province over here that will put them in conflict with Manitoba. Unfortunately, you know, border friction and this incredibly straight and defined border, but whatever. It'll happen regardless. Yeah, one step closer to destroying Ontario, our bitter enemies. Bitter enemies. Colonist rush. Well, they might be useful. I don't know. Nothing quite tastes like reheated coffee. You know, it's that weird, it kind of tastes good, but it's still reheated coffee, and it still kind of tastes bad. But you drink it anyway because it still kind of tastes good. It's still coffee. It's just a lesser form of coffee, I guess. Talking about coffee while there's wars to be fighting. New Jersey and Rhode Island are putting forth some effort into helping us. That's good to see. Why are they going up there? Okay. And yeah, we're besieging what we can. I haven't seen Ohio contribute any troops to the war, which is cool. I like that. I don't want to see Ohio do anything ever. If at all possible. Battle going up there. New Jersey has come to their assistance, though. So, it could have been a loss, but it looks like we're going to lose anyway. So, I could be taking some risks here, but let's see if we can help out a little bit. No sense in having this huge stack of troops and it all just occupying one province. Operation Sudbury, and the time that I wanted to show you didn't work, but the time that it did work didn't record. Unfortunate. Target practice. Okay, we can't be suffering these. Oh man, that's tough. People would want to tear this empire asunder. They're going to find a rude awakening, I tell you what. So we killed basically all of them. And I'll be taking these men down to Albany where they need to be for the war. With the war at home, on the home front. And take care of these rebels. What do they want, though? Peasants and patriots. Pennsylvanian patriots. I'll deal with them first. They're the weaker target, after all. And that siege is taking way too long. Come on, I want to leave this war with something. Last time I've been helping other nations out, that has not worked out well for me. Last time, here it is. Am I fully funding my military? I should be, right? Okay, I am. Because I'll do that sometimes. Cut military spending for a few extra bits of profit. Yeah, I don't want these guys to die, so we're retreating as soon as we can. I don't like having dead soldiers. It was my bad, stupid call to have them occupy that place by themselves, but what am I to do? So, knowledge transfer, yearly army tradition decay. Sure, why not? Yay! And I've won the Battle of Boston. No more silly revolutionaries. I can continue oppressing the Ontario. Ontario is gonna tear you apart. A similar joke to Mecca's gonna wreck ya and Barcelona's gonna own ya. Silly, silly nation puns. Silly wordplay. I love wordplay. Naval ambitions? Of course New York has naval ambitions. What else would we do? Other than form the largest, most powerful empire the world's ever seen. Alright. Ohio's not really participating, so I think Operation Sudbury could be in effect. Pow. Yeah, I think so. Which, in case you're just skipping ahead and watching this right now, Operation Sudbury is detaching sieges along Middlesex, Ontario, Frontenac, and Ottawa, and placing the bulk of your army in Sudbury, because then Ontario will not be able to put up an effective resistance in Thunder Bay, Cochrane, and Kenora, as you just kind of occupy half their territory, because they can't get through Sudbury. Like, maybe if they had some agreement with Michigan, but they probably don't because they're enemies, so it won't happen. So detach my sieges. And keep moving forward. Don't stop for nothing. Yeah, I think this is the war that finally puts Ontario out of business. I mean, they'll probably still be a nation after this, but no, they'll be heavily demoralized and just all around not in a good state of mind. Not a good state of being. Well, I guess I'm getting Antiquia. I guess. I don't know. Sure. I guess because we can't get Choco. No Chocobos for us. And will Quebec get out my way? Probably not. Well, I'll occupy Chippewa for the Michigans, who seem to be okay with me. I'll offer them an alliance, even though, Andrew, you have too many diplomatic relations. What are you doing? I don't know. I think it would be good. I don't like Ohio, and the natural enemy of Ohio and Illinois is Michigan, which is, and Wisconsin, I guess, but we need to play these sides against each other. And I'm gonna, as such, it is more intelligent to pick the underdog than the superpower, because you don't want the superpower to get even bigger. Especially Illinois. Illinois isn't joking around. But then again, neither is Virginia. Alright then. The people in Ottawa need help. I guess their siege isn't going too well. Do I withdraw from public life? No, why would I do that? It's good that I'm sending more men over there, because it looks as though got 3,000 Ontarian bad guys trying to take Montreal, trying to get into Operation Sudbury in a way I don't much appreciate. Alright. The battle's begun. We're getting in position. It looks like all my allies are congregating into Frontenac, so not that big of a deal. Pew! Yeah, so 37,000 troops versus 1,000 troops. Beautiful. Alright, so take my men, put them back in Ottawa. Ottawa. Which is supposed to be I don't want to, but it's Otta. It's Otta. You get it, right? I hope. Okay then. So that's working out well. Middlesex is been taken. Quebec can handle. Can Quebec handle its own battles right now? They only got 2,000 troops, but I'd like to leave this war with something for me, not something for them. I could take that, and they'd be fine with it. Return Chippewa. Wait, what? Whoops. Whoops. So let's see here. That, and that. Okay, they won't accept that. And that. Oh. Force religion. Nope. Well, I can only take one thing, it would seem. And then I could leave this war. I don't know, we'll push it a little bit farther. Until, you know, Quebec has clearly the upper hand. I think they do, but if I leave the war, Ontario could turn it around. Salt will not be produced in Panama. And littering and how does everyone get these 2-star generals and all I get is these mass army of 1-star generals? Look at this. Pennsylvania has 2 stars. Virginia has 2 stars. It's craziness. Insanity. Move them down to the occupied provinces in the south. Meanwhile, Ontario is basically on its last legs in Kenora, which is the war goal of Quebec, so I don't know what's going on. This diplomat, Edmund Yates. Sounds good to me. We've lost a conquest belly on New Hampshire. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe it'll help us in our efforts to vassalize them. Merge these forces. Together we fight as one. There we go. Yay, Siege of Frontenac. And Ottawa, perhaps? That'd be pretty cool. One in it. What in it? What in it? Alright, guys. Rule 1, don't annoy your audience. Okay. I'll try. Yep. That's going smoothly. New Hampshire doesn't want anything more from us. That's good. Rhode Island still can't annex them until 1503. So we'll just leave them be for now. The state needs money. That's true. We got bills to pay. The people's bills to pay. In fact, all these loans, which conveniently amounted to the exact amount of money we got. So, nothing lost and everything to gain. Don't know why the siege is taking so long. The walls have not been torn down. It's 1,000 on 10,000. Nothing we can much do about that. And the siege of Ottawa. And with that, we will leave the war because Ontario has won. No, not Ontario. Quebec has won. So we'll take what we can and try to get out of here. Chippewa. Nope. We can take Middlesex and Frontenac. I like the idea of completely surrounding their capital, though. Oh well. Maybe we should take Ottawa and Frontenac. That'll bring us up to 36, and as much money as we can carry. Return Chippewa. Nope, okay. Well, I'm fine with this. 2 provinces. And the empire grows. Every day we grow stronger. Of course, we will have to immediately get to work on core creation and religious conversion. 2 things that aren't easily done. Well, religious conversion isn't easily done, but adding core is pretty easy, is what I was trying to say. Don't know what I just said, but I said it. And now it's in the history books forever, for me to be judged by it. Defined by my words and actions. Even though I'm not sure exactly what I said. But that is the most revealing. Okay, so Quebec takes Cochrane, but not Kenora, despite that being the war goal. Alright, sure, whatever. Whatever works for you, Quebec. I'm still hoping that I can create an empire around the Great Lakes. I think that would look beautiful. I'd have to take the rest of Ontario here, but it'd be cool. Really cool. Yeah, I'll just let them regenerate over time. Meanwhile... Well, there we go. That's getting there, and that's getting there. And... well, that's cool. We'll have our colonial republic by the end of this, I hope. I suspect. I pray. And that'll be really fun. And then revolution in Ottawa. And we will fight them until they die. Which is right now. Now. Go. Dead. There we go. I said it. Synced up. You can see that. Yep. Really happy with New York, the way it looks. Eventually we'll have Ontario, and we'll have all of Lake Ontario. And that'll be fun. And hopefully Middlesex as well. I think our borders will look lovely, especially as we take over Pennsylvania and Maryland. See, I don't really want to take much more. I would like to invade Pennsylvania right now, but let's try and get these 2 provinces nice and settled, set up wonderfully. Maybe one day we can take Sherbrooke and Rimouski Najit. Which I'm assuming is French, but for whatever reason I decided to put a bad Russian accent on the end. Rimouski Najit. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. And because that'll, I think a border along this river would look really nice. And then we'll have all the way up here, we'll have the south. In this future where we take over Maine as well. But betraying Quebec for petty land, I like Quebec. Quebec hasn't, well, they've done me a lot wrong. Invading me, being the biggest threat to early progress. Yeah, I can easily re-instigate conflict between us, but for now, they'll play their part and I'll play mine. Mutually beneficial symbiotic action. No, I'm losing money. Minus 2.58. The majority of that is being spent on army maintenance as they try to regroup, reacquire themselves, think about who they are. I could immediately get rid of a lot of that. And what that would do would put me in the green, but I'm not. I'd rather just, I don't want to pay extra money to hire new troops. Although I guess in a way I am paying extra money to keep them in the state they're in. I'll keep them in Ottawa. That seems like the rebellious place. Put down the hammer in Frontenac. And just stare at our progress. Beautiful. Beautiful New York. Surely this is the seat of an empire. Oh, probably some Spanish state. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. The Tamaulipas. It's hard to tell who has the most power over here in Mexico. Bunch of small warring states, unlike America, where it's a billion warring states, but they have some size to them. Yeah, Mexico just looks like a mess. That's a lot of ducats to be losing. I'll have to take the stability hit. Hopefully I can increase that. And I can. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I haven't made Lackawanna a core. Maybe that would help. Silly me. Puerto Rico. I mean, I could just step on them and they'll disappear. So I'm not too worried about Puerto Rico affecting my trade. And if I should be, well, it's an easy problem to fix. 14 nationalists in Hartford. Well, they're going to be taken down. Let's see, and 26% of 7.1. That is better than 30% of 6.6. Nope, I think the current state of affairs is fine. I'm sure if I sat there and did the math, it would add up, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. And we get new troops, hopefully guns. Nope, Great Plains Spearmen, State Armed Horsemen. Okay, clicked it. And this is exactly the same. So the only thing that changed was my infantry. The nice even year, 1500. It hasn't even been 100 years in this game yet. My men are demoralized. The Marines! are not called the Marines right now, but they will be. For whatever reason, I have to keep renaming them. There we go. I am sure things will change. There we go. Reform the army. Yeah, reform the army. Those are our main people. No one else really has a navy, so... I mean, I guess Maryland has the best one I've seen yet, of a 9, and I still outdo them with 10. 10 good ships. Surprised Florida doesn't have a bigger navy. A navy for Florida would make some sort of sense. Are they being invaded by Virginia? I don't understand. What are their wars right now? Against Georgia, Mississippi, and Virginia. Yep, that's unfortunate for them. But let's see, who is Florida? My second home state. Yeah, only allied with Arkansas. So I'm gonna go ahead and doubt that they're going to win. Probably the last days of Florida, maybe. In the same way that those are the last days of Ontario. They'll survive, but they'll never be the same. Oh, there's a rebellion going on. I should probably do something about that. Oh, easy issues to solve. I guess I'll put another diplomat in Rhode Island to get them ready for annexation. Get them all jazzed up. The day is coming. Can't annex these guys until the 30th of August, 1501. Huh, well that's coming up a lot sooner than Rhode Island. Guess I vassalized Rhode Island after I conquered New Jersey. As I said, I don't remember. It was like 4 days ago. And then send these guys back up. Almost cores, and then I'll do my best to convert them to disconnected Catholicism. Still interesting seeing Utah dominate in the way it has been. Spreading Mormonism to the farthest corners of the world. Yay! How are these doing? Not well enough, but they're getting there. And Frontenac, we will Protestantize them. Monthly progress of 0, it'll never be converted. Of 0, it'll never be converted. So I can do nothing but stomp on them and their hopes and dreams. You know, keep my troops up there just in case. So that's the best I can do for those occupied provinces. Which, you know, this place hasn't even been converted yet. And I don't think I can change the culture until we're on the same religion. Yeah. So, we're just gonna have problems with the Ontarian menace for quite a while. We can try and convert the Canetians to our glorious New York culture. See how that works for us. We can also do the same for Western New York, unfortunately. And with that, I guess I'll put some troops in Onondaga, in the center of the empire. And see how that goes. Tired of all these minorities. Ugh. Alrighty. Beautiful. And they are the same religion as me. And they are in the same culture group, so I don't think we have to worry about them as much as we have to worry about the Bay Staters, Canetians, and Ontarians. Because we understand each other, right? Right, guys? right, Pennsylvanians? We understand. You understand why we have to invade you, right? It's just what nations do. It's a sign of affection. Like, you got stuff we want, man, and we're gonna take it. Give you a good fight. Election. Keep Edmund Yates. 425, 542, 214, 455. We'll keep Edmund Yates. He seems to be fine. Well, I decided not to put a timer on this, but I feel like this has been a good enough episode. In terms of content, we declared war, pushed further into the South, into South America, and it's been fun. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned to Andar Nation for more of this. Goodbye.